All right, we are here with Dale Richardson, who has just finished his presentation, How to Live the Goals You Create for Spectacular Outcome. And he also has a podcast, Live the Goals, an attorney,
yes,
and a John Maxwell speaker, trainer, and coach. Tell us, you were talking a little bit earlier, and you tasked the group it was a core value worksheet, and some of them were struggling a little bit with it. Why do you think that is? Does that happen a lot when you do the presentation?
It happens so much, and that's why I give them a time limit on it, because we tend to go through life sometimes, and we assume we know what we want,
right?
But we never challenge those assumptions, and when you get to a situation where you really have to decide between two things that might both seem very important to you, that's when it gets tough. And so what that worksheet makes people do is it makes them contemplate those tough decisions up front, right? That worksheet has 50 different words on it that are all things that we all want and we all value.
Right.
And so having to cut that down, it really challenges you to look within and have to and decide which one means most to you.
Because they had to cut it down to like 20.
They had to cut it to 20, then to 10, then to 3. And when I asked them to cut it to 3, it was work.
They were struggling. And then you also mentioned when your why becomes clear, your excuses disappear. How do we get clarity on the why?
That too is really needing to look within yourself. When I was talking about that section about finding your why, finding your motivation, I talk about asking yourself why over and over. See, what we do a lot of times is we ask ourselves why, we give ourselves an answer, and we're good with it. But the reality is, you've got to ask yourself why 4, 5, 10, many more times before you really get down to what it really is. And what I found in coaching people through that is, they may start somewhere, but they end up with something really powerful. I've had people say, because I just want my father to finally say he's proud of me. Because I don't want any other child to have to go through what I went through. I mean, there are things that are just at your core. And so knowing that why is what gets you going. You're going to get up no matter what the obstacle may be. It's worth it.
Right. And then I think the most powerful thing is that closed eye exercise.
Yes.
Close the eyes and just the vision was really, really powerful with that.
It's an amazing exercise, and it just makes it very clear for everyone to see the power of your mind. And I wish that you could have seen it, but every time I do that exercise, the majority of the room experiences a difference from the beginning of the exercise to the end of the exercise. So within 5 minutes, you see the power of positive thinking, the power of mindset, the power of visualization, and all the different aspects you need to put in it. And you see how much that can do in 5 minutes. Imagine if you did that every day.
The power of the mind.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.